At point guard, Chris Paul. At power forward, Jeremy Sohan. At the other guard position, Stefan Castle. At the other forward position, Devin Vassell. At center, Victor Wembanyama. The head coach of the visiting team is Greg Popovich.
And now, introducing your Charlotte starting lineup. Starting at shooting guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 24, Brandon Miller. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 0, Miles Bridges. In the middle, standing 6'11", number 5, Mark Williams. At the other guard position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 1, LaMelo Ball. At the other forward position, standing 6'11", number 35, Kevin Durant.
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. And tonight, we've got the Charlotte Hornets playing against the San Antonio Spurs. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Craig Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Keldon Johnson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. And it's Vassell in at the small forward. And for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Durant, and it's Williams at the center locking down the middle. All-Star break is right around the corner, Richard. How excited are you for the festivities? I hope as excited as I am.
Oh, I'm very excited, Kevin. These contests are going to be huge this year, I can just tell. And I'm also excited to see the players just relax a little bit.
Now Ball. Durant with a screen on Paul. Ball kicks to KD. And here's Miller outside. Rebound San Antonio. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
They took the air out of the crowd again and again with big shots. They never let the fans become a factor.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
Ball with the bucket.
And I love Ball's awareness. When the mid-range J is available.
Paul passes to Wembanyama. Back to Paul. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
And that seems about right. Last season was one that both teams would like to forget. They get beat up a lot and couldn't even beat up on each other.
Now, here's Vassell. Following the shot by Chris Paul. Vassell, the pass to Sohan. And a miss there on the triple. Ball against Ball. To the middle. Here's Williams. Misses the baby hook. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And it became very clear very early, RJ, that Wembanyama is legit and a very special player. Generational.
You never know until those first few games, but it was immediate how different Wemby is going to be. He has already met those lofty expectations that we all had for him.
Richard, during his rookie year, Victor Wembanyama had a game with 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, and 5 made threes, a 5-by-5 for the ages.
That was the first time someone put up those numbers in NBA history. Wemby is going to continue to do things we have never seen before.
Wembanyama, no good.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Shots good by Miller.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
It's time for basket. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Just go move. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's see those moves. You're off beat.
Chance to see stats for Paul. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's right around 9 points a night, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. Yeah, he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, not playing outside himself, but finding lots of chances to do his thing and affect the game.
Now here's Paul. Last game he had 12. Sohan with the ball. Pass to Vassell. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
And that is why coaches preach about the details. The margins in this league are razor thin.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. Now he's worried Chris Paul will take over the game, saying he's mentally beyond where most players have ever been. His ability to read the floor, make decisions, work the refs, call out teammates, he checks every box when it comes to leadership. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Here's Paul. After the made shot from KD. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That is his first foul of the game. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Wembanyama outside. That 3 off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
outside ball. Vassell grabs the board.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
It's Vassell on the wing. Hits the three-point bomb. Vassell's got a couple of threes now in the first for San Antonio. Here's Ball. 29 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Now here's Vassell. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Fires for three. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. San Antonio with the rebound.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
At the line for the Spurs, Chris Paul. At the line for one.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
Trey Mann, he's checked in for the Hornets. Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
And the first one drops. In his young career, Richard, we've seen Devin Vassell really blossom as a two-way talent.
He's a talented player, but I think there's still another level that he can reach. And he needs to continue to grow as a playmaker to get there.
That one is no good.
It's his work ethic that Devin Vassell has earned the trust of his teammates, and it shows on the court. He's become a more aggressive and confident player.
Spurs leading by 3. Here's Castle. He had 19 points in the win against Atlanta. Here's Wembanyama. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
The line for the Spurs.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
Free throw good, Wembanyama.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
And the Hornets making a change here. Diabate's checked in, so he gets them both.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Now, man, not a good performance from him in that loss to Milwaukee. And here's Miller outside, drills the three-pointer. Miller's got 7 points.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Wembanyama. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And it's Miller in the corner. Back to Durant. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Just too much to handle. Durant not fazed by the bump.
Some big news coming in from around the NBA. We welcome in our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's on the phone with the latest story. Shams?
Thanks, and I've got the story now on the activity for the Brooklyn Nets. They made a shrewd move picking up the ever-professional Tobias Harris. Every team wants 3 things: shooting, length, and experience, and Harris brings you all 3. They want Tobias on this team in a veteran role as well to help out the younger guys on this team, and what better professional to bring in.
Hey, Shams, we appreciate the report. Always some interesting news to find out about the NBA. 5 to shoot. Here's KD. No good. That would have tied it.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And Benyama outside. Out to the wing. Paul with the three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
You can't let Paul get room to shoot from downtown. That's a recipe for disaster.
Pass to KD. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Jarris Walker, he's checked in for Charlotte. Cam Whitmore comes in for Brandon Miller. And Kevin Durant, one of the top 10 scorers in league history. And RJ still going strong.
And he does it with efficiency, Kevin. Takes great shots, and he's incredibly accurate. And if he doesn't have a look, he's a willing passer.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
All right, he's going to step out of the court. It is loud for your Lakers. There's through.
And how about we check the numbers for Brandon Miller?
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Outside, Green. Pass to Champagnie. Johnson in the corner. Hornets with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Man with it. Still scoreless. Here's Diabate. Lopez covering. Here's Highsmith. Lopez outside. Now here's Green. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Just 3 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. A shot by Johnson, no good.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, and you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking up bombs like that.
Here's Champagnie. Pass to Highsmith. Spurs working the ball around now. Kicks it out to Johnson. All sorts of time, and it's in there.
This is a shot he works on. Johnson striving to be consistent from all 3 levels.
Outside Durant. Walker is screen on Johnson. Shoots over Johnson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Spurs leading by 4. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Ooh, we're getting a chance to see Johnson's athleticism. This man can really get up and throw it down.
Pass to Whitmore. Durante. Good D by Lopez.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Shot from the wing. Highsmith's shot is off. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. And so it's Charlotte with it after the three-pointer from Keldon Johnson. Here's Mann, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And such great feel for the game. Whitmore knowing where his teammates are at all times.
Outside, Green. Johnson dishes to Lopez. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping it.
There's the screen. Mann with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Here's Durant. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And they lost that last game by a slim margin, and you can't help but think that if he had a better night at the stripe, the result could have been different.
Miller's checked in for Walker. That's good from Durant.
One of the most accomplished players in the game. Durant's sole focus is to continue contending for titles.
Spurs leading by 4. And here is Green. Hasn't made one yet. Johnson up top. From 18 feet away. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Durant against Johnson. Pass to Whitmore. Rebound by Johnson.
I rushed that one a little bit. Pretty clean look inside.
And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
That free throw missing. And he sinks the second. Here's Ball. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Keldon Johnson has been leading the charge for San Antonio. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get you back to the action after this break. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel
the same way.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Walker out there with Williams. And it's Whitmore in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Hornets trail by 7. To the left wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Johnson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta.
And how about the vision he displayed? Great job getting others involved and piling up the assist.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in.
At the line for your Hornets, Brandon Miller, shooting 1.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Castle. Wembanyama, a screen on Miller. Down low and stolen by Miller. Here's the break. Over Castle. Miller, no luck. San Antonio leading. Here's Johnson. That shot, no good.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Miller kicks to Walker. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. And Miller with the basket on the assist from Williams. Miller's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hornets. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Castle. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Chris Paul's checked in for the Spurs. Miller outside. On the wing, Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by Sohan. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4. Charlotte trailing. Walker the pass to Ball. Bridges outside. With the drive. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the balance and focus? Knock Bridges around all you want, but he is determined to score.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hornets.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. The Spurs have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. It's Wembanyama at the elbow. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6. And it's the Hornets ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Ball, the pass to Williams. Good defense by Wembanyama. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Castle. Buries it from 3-point range. Castle's got his second bucket tonight.
This is something Castle has been working on, developing his long-range consistency.
And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
And And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Williams. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Pass to Sohan. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Ball from long range. Vassell grabs the board.
Well, he better buy his teammates dinner tonight because they've covered him for what has been a terrible, absolute terrible shooting display.
Now here's Paul. He's got 5. From the arc. Hassel misses. Charlotte in the lead. Now, man. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Now off the inbound. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 6th rebound on the night. From 18 feet away, Hornets with the rebound. Ball's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
So much drive in this game. Ball wants to beat you and make you feel it.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Find the lane. One shot.
That's good from Ball.
Taken 3rd overall in 2020, LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot it.
Williams against Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Wembanyama. Ha, he won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Ball, the pass to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. So it's San Antonio now, trailing by 4. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Vassell. A three-pointer is right on target. Vassell's got 10 points in the game.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Ball surveying the defense. It's Williams high post. Just 4 to shoot. Here's man. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Castle. Vassell outside. From deep three-point land. The rebound by LaMelo Ball.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Now, here's Vassell. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And defensively, he's been all over the place, wreaking havoc and pouncing on a number of steals.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Get loud and make some noise. Go, Charlotte Dancers.
changes here for the Hornets. Diabate's checked in, and Kevin Durant is subbed in for Bridges. And there's a foul called on Trey May. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And San Antonio has possession. Here's Castle. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Here's KD. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. KD's got 12 points in the game. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Castle. He's got 5. Clock at 6. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Pass to Diabate. There's the pick. Green with the rebound.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Stolen by Ball. Plays it in off the breakaway. Ball's got 5 points now this quarter.
Worth the price of admission. LaMelo with a tremendous play on the ball and finishes on the other end.
Pass to Lopez. Here's Castle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. San Antonio again turning it over. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll head out on the road to face the Pistons in Detroit. And then on Monday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets.
And the matchup against the Nuggets, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Johnson's checked in for Castle. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. 4-point game. Pass to Johnson. Johnson double teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
It will be a rejump.
Lopez dishes to Green. Shot clock at 5, and the shot goes in. Green's got his first basket. Charlotte shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Pass to Whitmore. The wide open look for Durant. And the Hornets miss again. And San Antonio shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense is looked crossed up and confused at times. Jarris Walker, he's checked in for Charlotte.
Number 25, Jarris Walker.
Hornets on defense now. Green with the ball. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Champagnie. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
We haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
Now, here's Green. Lopez kicks to Johnson. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. There's Ball with the 3. He'll not go. Still looking for his shooting rhythm as he misses his 7th shot of 10.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Good. 11 points for Keldon Johnson.
Showing he's more than just a shooter. Johnson inside.
Here's Ball. After the made shot from Keldon Johnson. Green against Ball. Here's Durant. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. KD's got the lead up to 5 now for Charlotte. Durant's gone 6 of 9 for the field. Just 3 misses, shooting a terrific 67%. Pass to Champagnie. 46 seconds left now here in the second. And Durant sends it back.
We've seen Durant really improve as a defender, using his impressive length to block shots.
Here's Ball. Johnson with the rebound. Spurs trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Spurs working the ball around now. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. Here's Lopez. Misses the layup. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hornets lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Hello, everybody. Before we dig into the game at hand, let's first catch you up on the trades happening around the NBA.
Well, they got an offensive weapon with this move. We've seen the growth of Tobias Harris, the shooting touch, the rebounding, and all-around play. This is someone who can get a bucket when they need it.
And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Spurs.
They better be grateful for their bench. The reserves are showing up in a big way.
The others you always talk about, big fella, taking some pressure off the starters here. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And